let me. All right, live YouTube. Good. All right, let's go see what Facebook's doing. See if I can get three in a row out of these guys. And we'll see if Facebook starts. Looks like they're live. Okay, cool. Everybody's up and running. So, pay homage to Pipe Organ Radio, pipeorganmap.com as we begin. Welcome once again to Spiritual Sundays with Monsignor Keith motherfucking Walker and Real Talk. All right. Whatever. Right? Okay, welcome. I'm gonna bounce around a little bit just like I always do. And so hopefully people will cruise in and grab a pew near you or whatever and come have a seat. So I couple things. First thing is, you know what? It's a touchy subject for a lot of people. Again, we all have our impressions when we hear that word, and it's, the organ music and fucking visions of childhood, etc., all that kind of stuff. Whatever you believe, wherever you're at, again, excuse me, I never judge that, obviously, because frankly, it's not like I got Jesus here in my pocket and I can just pull him out and poof, there you go. And so there is none of that. I think we covered it a little bit last week. A lot of it is a faith game. I may have thrown out a challenge and I had zero response. If I did, and I always do it, and the word challenge always sounds so aggressive or something, and it's not. It just simply is like I'm always interested, but it's prove to me there is a God or there's not a God, like either or, and so I had no takers, which is fine, and I don't know, that's cool. And like I don't need them. I open that up for opportunities for discussion. I think it is a topic of value, so that's that. The other thing is, because of what I do for a living or what I'm doing on the platform or any of this kind of stuff, I am probably more concerned than I should be about alienating populations or people or any of that kind of stuff. And so I'm not going to do that here anymore on the platform. And what I mean by that is just, you know what? I've got my perspectives and they're mine and I get to have them. And if they're not yours, that's fine. And likewise, I would hope again that relationships and content is built on the quality of what that is, and not nitpicking like, oh well, you believe that or you do this or you do that, and cherry picking, because the bottom line is I guarantee nobody believes everything that you do the way that you do. So if you're going to start trimming the herd of opportunities to hang out with other humans based on that, those are choices, but in the long run, I don't think that's a benefit. So I just, regardless of where is or wherever you're at, if you are a friend of mine, you get to stay a friend of mine. Sorry about it. whether you like me or not, or whether you like it or not, or whatever, if that makes sense. So, um, there's that. So I'm going to be a little more, I don't know, less beat around the bushish when it comes to this. And, again, I think I've been a little bit clear. I talk about it in the book as well, as far as my perspective. I'm not a big religion guy, but I know it. Like, because I happen to live and grow up where I do. I mean, the top of the popularity chart, at least in our region of the world, comes from a Bible. And so, again, a lot of people view it a lot of different ways. I'm I keep it simple. Um, the book's been around a lot longer than all of us. And so, at a minimum, it's a history book. Like, I'm pretty sure everything that's in that book happened, or they wouldn't have wrote about it. Now, exactly the way it's written, well, who fucking knows? I mean, anybody who's done any research knows that there's a lot of different versions of it, and it's been changed, and things are missing, etc., all that kind of stuff. But I think overall, we can be reasonably comfortable with a lot of that stuff happened. I think there's a lot of verbiage and phrasing. I don't. What am I mean? I don't take a lot of things literally. I think there was a lot of things going on 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 years ago that were beyond comprehension of people at the time. So they viewed it as something maybe much more than it was, trying to explain it, for lack of a better way to put it. Um, I view it as God's not a magician, and he's not hiding. So miracles are very often um, like we can't, like they have an explanation. Um, God operates by his own laws. And again, I use those phrases because they're easy and we know what we're talking about. And again, it's whether it's deity this or he or any of that. Again, that's just, you can get hung up on that. I don't recommend it, but if you do, then you're missing out on the rest of the conversation. But when I use those terms, for me, it's just, again, keeping it in language that we understand, whether we like it or not. So, um, again, it's things happen by, physics works. And so that's kind of the short piece of that. And I'll probably run a couple minutes longer than I usually do because that was a bit long winded. And don't mind me, again, if I look distracted, I'm not necessarily. I just have several screens that I want to make sure people pop in here. If you pop in, that I am recognizing you and paying attention and all that good shit. So, um, again, don't mind that. So, today I wanted to chat just a little bit because this is a great question, and a lot of people who are agnostic slash atheist slash just fucking pissed off at God. Like this is always where they come from. And even people who aren't, people who are down with all of what that is, are still very confused at times. And so I will share a little bit. Pam, if you're watching, I hope you're not mad. Because it's not really super secret or any of that. And if you catch it later, well, anyway. But I mean, we were talking about, God, and like, why is he such a dick? I don't know, for lack of a better way to put it. And her question is like all of the nonsense, all the shit, all the bad stuff, right? that's going on is like, why would God make that happen? And it's just my answer to that. Again, it keeps me in the spirit of, I don't know, where I need to be, if that makes sense. Is just A, I don't judge things. B, um, it's not my universe. So, I mean, do I get to dictate that? My hope is that somewhere along the line, the way I look at it is there either is meaning to all of this or there's not. So I mean, if there's no meaning to it and it's just dog eat dog and survival of the fittest and all that, then all the bad shit that happens on the planet makes perfect sense, right? Because get yours and get all you can and all that, and die with the most toys, and then fucking be done. I guess I don't know. Um, there's that perspective, and then there just simply is. Um, Again, it's people do bad shit, make bad choices, do whatever, and that is a byproduct of being imperfect, but having freedom of choice. Does that make sense? So we were given a gift, for lack of a better way to put it. Again, gift slash curse. I do what I want. So do you. So does everybody else. So does that motherfucker who does X bad shit or any of that kind of stuff. Like, and we all get to deal with that. And I think that is just the bad shit that happens is the fact that for whatever reasons, people make bad choices, and we all get to pay the price for that. But the alternative would be nobody has choice, and everybody just walks around like perfect little robots and gets along and this and that, and that would probably suck. um I don't know. Go ask an angel. I think that's there again, literal, not literal. I don't fucking know, but that's kind of my perspective. Is like, what's an angel like? That motherfucker hangs out up in heaven and plays his harp, and everything's perfect and wonderful, and it's great. But I don't know. If you believe the storybook, like a bunch of them got kind of bored with that shit and wanted to stir pot and fucking got kicked out. And yeah, anyway, so more to that story. And again, I mean, is that reality or is that just a storybook? Like, fuck, I don't know. Can't prove it wrong. Sorry to say, if you're sitting there yelling at it or not believing it, that's cool. You have no proof, neither do I. I'm just going with what was in the book. And again, I don't fucking care, to tell you the truth, what it is or what it isn't. I look at, I again, if the Bible can use stories and fables and whatever you call that, just kind of tell these stories to paint a picture, um, so can I. And I do a lot of that. And so I will take something like that and fit it into my image, for lack of a better way to put it, so that things make sense. And try to explain the inexplainable. I don't know. Does that make sense? Anyway, so what's the answer, Pam? I don't fucking know. I mean, I don't know. Why am I an asshole? Fuck shit that pisses you off regularly, right? And like, why is that allowed? I don't fucking know. I'm grateful that once in a while I get regulated and have an opportunity to fix that, right? Some people don't. Some people feel like they're allowed to do that, whatever the fuck they want, and and they keep doing it. And so what? I mean, that's just it is what it is. I I don't I don't know if God even knows any better, to tell you the truth. It's fine. I mean, it's all the same. I think it's way beyond my pay grade, my spiritual grade, my level of ability to understand. Um, and it's pretty simple for me. I mean, what do I share with people that want to argue any of that? It's like, get over yourself. Like, go outside at night and look up and then tell me how fucking relevant your anger is. Like, the universe, right? We get this much information, and we're supposed to make a call on all of this. And so I shrug my shoulders at it. And the best I can do is I don't blame God or blame you or blame any of it. It's just it simply is part of that acceptance. Doesn't mean I approve, doesn't mean I like it, but I can look at things and go, you know what, that's fucked up. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna participate. I'm not gonna be that. Like, that's the best I get to do. Does that make sense? So, it, and I don't fucking waste. I used to do a lot of acid and try to fucking hang out with Jesus and stuff like that. Okay, that was cool. I mean, and then, whoa, yeah, let's expand. And I just, you know what? I don't fucking have time or need for that anymore. I just, I get to wake up every day. I get to play until I don't. And then whatever happens after that, I have no fucking idea. Um, and I'm not living my life for that because I'm living in this moment. And it's, yeah, and everything's temporary. Everything changes. Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm done rambling for today because I'm about ready to go off in another tangent that will keep us here longer than expected or advertised. So, anyway, hey, appreciate you guys showing up. Um, Again, if you're the organ player here, I hope I gave you enough props that you don't fucking sue my ass when I become a megalomillionaire as a result of this fucking show. Or, whatever. Anyway, so um, I'm going to throw this prop out to everybody else. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, TikTok, any of the rest of that, www.patreon.com is the platform that is my favorite. And it is that way because the quality is really good. Membership is free, or again, you can there's tiered memberships and you can participate at different levels. And again, that's my last ad for today. I will be, after I shut all this down, I will be getting back on Patreon for those subscribed members in the tier, and just kind of having a little exclusive chit chat content with that crew. If you're interested in things like that, or swag packages, or giveaways, or hangout exclusive, all that stuff, go to Patreon, check it out. Everybody else, we will catch you tomorrow, right? Mindful Mondays. Motherfucker. Real talk. All right. Enjoy. And Facebook is out. Out. All right. YouTube. Well, there's somebody. Hey, Mark, how you doing? You're in YouTube. I thought you were in Patreon. Oh, you're hanging out on YouTube. Well, how are you? Nice to meet you, Mark. But I know. Okay, good. You're on both. All right. Well, I'll come see you in Patreon in a few minutes. I'm gonna cancel the YouTube